Hello.
Hello. Hi Sonam, good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon.
How are you?
I'm good. And what about you?
I'm fine. Today is going pretty well. How about your day?
Yeah, it's going well,
Okay.
as
Is it
usual.
as usual? Okay. Is it a busy day for you or you have enough time to relax?
Yes, um, yes, it was busy day, but
Mhm.
I had no nap.
Okay, okay. All right. It's called a cat nap. You can call it a cat nap.
Okay.
All right. Okay, great. How are you feeling now?
Yeah, now I'm feeling relaxed and energetic.
Good.
One more thing, how I can use would be and could
Mm-hmm.
be in past and future sense. Suppose if I
In
have to
past.
say,
Mm-hmm.
I got to know that the prices of gold will be decline. If I have to say will be
Mm-hmm.
decline, or instead of will be I can use would be. Is
See,
it
if
correct
you're
sentence?
100, so yes, if you're 100% sure that it is going to be reduced, you can definitely say it will be reduced. If there is any sense of doubt, or if you're hoping that it would, or but not for sure, right? That it would be reduced. I've read it in the newspapers that it would be reduced. Let's see what happens, right? So will represents certainty, okay? And you
Will
want to
shows
know
that I am 100% sure about that.
you will say will, you can say it will be reduced in the next 2 months, it will be reduced next year, so you can definitely use it will be.
It
Okay.
will be. And when I have to use would be,
See, would be, see, I'll just explain the concept of would and then you can understand it. Okay. Would is used one in the past tense and once in the future tense. In future, if you have some sort of a hopeful or a wishful thinking, right? You want something to happen. For example, I would be thrilled if I could go to Paris. It's a wish, right? So this is one of the instance in which you will use would in the future tense. Okay. Another in the past, if there was some activity that you used to do in the past, for example, I would go to the mall every day with my mom when I was a kid. It's not true, it's just an example. So, to express some past habit, you can use would. Third instance is if you want to sound more polite. Like instead of saying, will you pass me that glass of water? You can say, would you pass that glass of water to me? So, it's also used in saying would. So, these are the three instances.
and how we use could in the
Could
past
is,
and future.
yeah, if there was any ability that you had in the past, that time you will use could is also used to be more polite, just like would. Okay. I could play cricket very well when I was 12 years old.
Okay.
It's
I
an
could say.
ability. Sorry.
I have to say if I have to express my past situation when I was
Yeah,
kid.
not
When I
situation, any ability.
Okay, ability. Okay.
Right. Okay. I could play cricket really well. I could sing very well. So
Okay,
yeah.
I could. I can say I could play cricket very well when I was young. This sentence,
Yeah,
or in
sure. Yeah, that works. That works. Yeah, when I was younger. All right. So
when I was
right,
younger.
right.
Okay.
Yes. So whenever you're expressing any past ability, you can say could. Another thing is again to sound more polite. Instead of saying can you help me with my homework, it's polite to say that could you please help me with this.
And
So
in the present sense, how we can use could? Could you please pass me something? Could you
yeah,
please
that's to
move it?
sound more polite. Yeah, that's to
Yeah.
sound more polite. I gave you the example now, so that's when you use it. Okay.
Okay.
So at what time do you sleep and when do you get up?
I think at 3 o'clock. I think at three.
Mm, okay. Oh, sorry. I'll make my meaning more clearer. At what time do you go to sleep at night? And in the morning, when do you wake up?
Okay, in the morning. Actually, every day, I think at 11. At 11 p.m. I'm going to, yeah, I'm going to bed
I go to bed. Okay. And at what time do you get up in the morning?
at 6.
Okay, all right. And how do you wake up that early? Do you expect someone to wake you up, or do you set an alarm? Uh, what do you do?
Yes, I set an alarm.
Okay, like are you one of those people who have alarm that rings every 15 minutes before 6 just to wake them up, or do you have like one time ringing alarm?
No, it's happened. Sometime if I feel very lethargic, so that time what we can say, I mm, snooze, snooze the button, and
Hmm.
I wake up after 15 minutes or 20 minutes. Sometimes it happens, not always.
Okay, so again, you're saying sometime it's happened. I think we've gone over this. It's
It
sometimes
happens.
it happens. It happens.
Sometimes it happens. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So, do you know the meaning of the idiom under the weather?
Yeah, I know. Under the weather means when you are not feeling well.
Yes. And fit as a fiddle.
Mm, it means when you are very physically fit, you are very active.
Yes, when you're physically fit and healthy, you can call yourself someone who is fit as a fiddle. Okay, great. And do you believe that poor physical health begins in the mind, or in general, poor health begins in the mind? Do you agree with this or disagree with this?
I think it's true. It's depend
Okay,
upon us what you think.
okay, fine. So, what are some things that stress you out, and how do you manage to overcome the stress?
I didn't get what you're saying.
Can you repeat my question?
Actually, I'm not able to understand what you're saying.
Okay, the question was, what are some things that stress you out? Okay.
Okay, what are
The,
some things which stress me out?
yes, and the second part of the question was, how do you deal with it? Like, how do you make yourself feel happy and rejuvenated, and how do you overcome the stress? So there were two parts to the question. So please share your thoughts on this.
First of all, I have to share my stress, in which area I am stressing myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes actually every day I have to take classes for class 11, 6. Okay, so before taking classes, I have
Mhm.
to study lots of things. Sometimes what
Mhm.
happens, uh, whenever I'm teaching to any 11th standard student, so if
Yeah.
I have not completed my chapters, so sometimes I feel like how can I explain explain it? So it happens. So I make sure that before taking any classes,
Hmm.
I have to first of all do my own revision so that I don't face any problem while teaching
Yeah.
to level standard.
Right. Okay, good. So preparation is something that helps you overcome all the anxiety and nervousness. I get it. Yeah. Okay. So in today's session, the main topic is what would you do in this situation? So I'll be giving you a situation and you'll tell me how you're going to react in it. Okay. So shall we begin?
Yes.
All right. So imagine you have a persistent headache for a couple of days, and you've tried everything. You've tried taking medicines, you have tried some natural remedies, but the headache just won't go away. And finally, you decide to go to the doctor. So, does going to the doctor make you feel worried?
Um, Not always.
Hmm.
Actually, now I'm feeling that whenever you have any kind of problem,
Yeah.
you basically go to doctor. You have to visit to doctor.
Okay.
Otherwise, your problem may increase. I feel that
Right.
when I was young, I'm hiding so many things. Like if I
I
have,
was, I
I was,
was hiding. Yeah.
I was hiding like toothache or sometime. Mm, maybe first I only remember toothache.
Hmm.
So because of that, it become bigger, and at the end I have to. Um, yeah, at the end it's very you may say problematic for me.
Yeah. Right. So the problem gets amplified, right? If we keep ignoring it, the problem becomes bigger and bigger, and then later finding a solution can be a bit more tricky. So it's best to get everything diagnosed as early as possible. All right. And now, do you get regular health checkups?
No,
No. Okay. Do you have a family physician?
no family feeling.
Okay. So, if a person has been diagnosed with something very critical, uh, do you feel like second opinions are necessary in these kind of situations?
Yes, I feel if somebody have any kind of problem, so instead of bothering about the exact thing what we have to do, we
Hmm.
also take decisions from other doctor also,
Hmm.
so that you can get clear cut and clear view. Yeah, now it's really whatever they are saying
Yeah.
exactly it's true.
Okay. Right. And are you an optimistic person or a hypochondriac?
I think I am optimistic.
Okay. So, do you know anybody who is a hypochondriac?
No.
No one. All right. So, okay.
So what's the meaning
And
of that? Actually, I know only the meaning of optimistic. Okay, and the other thing, it's the opposite of optimistic, I think.
no, opposite of optimistic is pessimistic. Hypochondriac is a term that's mostly used with regard to the field of medicine. If a person is overly worried or anxious about their health, and they're always, just even for small things, they get uh, easily fluttered, those people are called as hypochondriacs. You might have observed certain people, even with a mild fever or cough, they just become so anxious and nervous about their health, right? Those kind of people are called as hypochondriacs.
Yeah, I actually my grandmother
Oh, right.
right now
Okay.
she's not more.
She
Uh,
she okay. She is no more.
she is no more.
Yeah.
In 2020, she
Mm-hmm.
passed.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Okay. This is a common thing with the elderly, right? And for obvious reasons, since they have been facing a lot of health issues, they do become worried about it. So even small symptoms, it can trigger extreme reactions or extreme thoughts from them. So even I've observed it in the elderly more than people who are in our age group and young and energetic. So, okay. Yeah, and fine. What do you feel about the medical infrastructure of our country? We have been through a deadly situation like the pandemic, right? So, do you think we did a good job at managing it, or are there some things that you would like to see improved in the future?
I think it improved, not. Uh, um, I think it's not improved that much, but it should be improved.
Okay. So right now, what do you feel like? Is it good enough, or do you feel confident enough when you're visiting any medical facility?
Yes, uh, yeah, I feel confident, but still we have to improve a lot.
Okay.
Sometimes if you
Mhm.
have any certain problem,
Yeah.
so what happens? Doctors are not that available that time.
Yeah.
They are saying you have to search for other hospital. You have to search in other hospital. This type of thing. So you
Yeah.
have to keep on searching the best hospital.
Right. So the shortage of doctors and beds also. So this is quite a critical problem, right? Yeah. Okay. And I think in the last few sessions, you had told me that you take good care of your physical health, you exercise, and you want to you want to maintain your physical fitness. So how is that going on for you now?
Hmm. For last 1 week, I think I was not that much consistent about my exercise,
Okay.
mm, but yes, I have to do regularly. Thing is that it's not happening nowadays.
Okay. So how do you have any plan of bringing it back on track?
Yes, actually, exams are going on, half-yearly exams. So
Mhm.
actually, I was busy on that. So after it's over, then I will start once again.
Okay, right. So that is taking a lot of your time. So for corrections, do you have to correct the papers in the at the institute, or can you bring the answer sheets home and correct it? How does it work?
Uh, actually, mm, our principal told us to, if possible, you
Mhm.
check at school only. But if it's
Okay.
not possible, then you take with your home.
Take
So
it to your home. Okay. So you have that option of taking it back home. Then you have to be super careful with the papers, right? If you bring it back home. Yeah. So what do you prefer?
I feel that whatever work I have related to my school, I have to complete there only
Hmm.
because I have my own work also. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
Okay, I
And
today I have to ask something. I have
okay.
one, uh, two, three questions. Like if I have to express my lifetime experience, suppose if I have to share that how many places I have visited, lived. So, so how can I say like I have lived in Andaman Nicobar, Vishakhapatnam. So it's a correct sentence. I have to say I have lived in.
Yeah. Yes, yes, of course. It's the correct sentence. There is no.
Apart from this, can I use I used to stay in? Is it correct? I used to
Yeah,
stay.
yes, both mean the same thing. There is actually no difference except for the tenses, but both are conveying the same meaning. So in English, there are multiple ways to express the same thing. I have lived in Mysore all my life, or okay, I have lived in Mysore all my life. That's one thing. Or I can say I had lived in Mysore for like 15 years, or I used to live in Mysore. I was there for 15 years. So they all mean the same.
More thing
It's
I
just
can
that
use
in
like
uh-huh.
I stayed in Andaman Nicobar Vishakhapatnam. I can say like I stayed in. I can also use this. I stayed.
Yes, yes, lived in and stayed in, they're both synonyms, right? So it's interchangeable, so you can use it.
And one more thing, how I can use would be and could be
Mhm.
in past and future sense. Suppose if I